Good morning from Chama, New Mexico. This is Joe Carrillo, your district forester for New Mexico Forestry Division. And we are middle of June on the final inspection of our Rio Chama Stewards project. What I have you looking at across the highway here from Rancho Lobo is kind of the bluffs and the cliffs right above Chama River, Rio Chama, north of Chama, New Mexico. And you have US Highway 17 right below us. And we have some interesting features on Rancho Lobo. There you're seeing kind of the north end of Chama, the village of Chama. And you have Rabbit Peak right there. For those that are familiar, that's the location where a lot of our communication infrastructure is located. As we pan out, we continue looking at this rock scree. A lot of these rocks are the size of cars, so I guess boulders. And that was outside of the treatment unit, kind of a keyhole in there. And we get back into the treatment. We're along the western edge of the property of this project unit, where we've implemented a 66-foot fuel break with piling to deal with our slash as a slash management strategy for later burning whenever conditions are favorable. During winter time, we can come in and burn these piles, clear this fuel out. These piles are about 6 foot high or so, 6 to 8 feet high, about 6 to 8 feet in diameter. Contractors got all the material, most of the dead and down, and put it into these piles. Some dead and down material is okay. We have some woody debris recruitment, but for the most part, this fuel break has been cleared, and hopefully we don't have to put it to the test, but it's here regardless. And as you see, some of this rock scree has been grown over with the veg, as we see some of it here on the toe of the slope here, right above the highway. Again, what we're seeing here is some untreated area, but that's going to be on the Department of Transportation right-of-way outside of the property. But this is essentially what we're looking at prior to treatment. As we come into this fuel break, granted this fuel break is a little less dense than the remaining part of the stand just because it's a fuel break. So we cut everything approximately 14 inches in diameter and under, eliminated all ladder fuels beneath the trees that we wanted to retain. Again, you see the piles, copious amount of piles, a plethora of piles, if you will, throughout this fuel break. But as we kind of look a little deeper upslope and into the stand, we will see a lot of the flop and scatter technique used to put some of this material on the ground. Here we see the Cumbres and Toltec Scenic Railroad train has already pulled out of the Chama depot. And headed north for Colorado. As part of their fire operations, Cumbres and Toltec Scenic Railroad usually runs 2 chasers behind the engine, which hold about 150 to 200 gallons of water each. And they also have a wildland brush truck that follows the train along the highway to offer support for those little chasers. And here you have the Chama River right there, of course the train and the highway right below us, right below Rancho Lobo. There she goes. And as the train leaves New Mexico in another 2 or 3 miles, entering into Colorado, it enters into the Rio Grande National Forest, and it passes between the Rio Grande National Forest and the Carson National Forest several times along its route to Antonito, Colorado. Very important economic industry, tourism-based, recreation-based here in northern New Mexico and southern Colorado. There we go, there's our chasers, our little chase cars. These individuals take our basic wildland firefighting courses, and then there goes their wildland brush truck as well, following the train up, making sure that if any embers come out, they can catch them before they start any fires.